What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about TonCoin today. Hit that like button, you guys. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and let's get into it. We are talking about this at the request of Marquise Elise. Marquise Ellis, sorry. Hit that like button, you guys. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and let's get into it. We're at about $3.48 now. Good time to request this thing, or good time to see it, I guess. We did pump up 22.6% on the day yesterday. Good job. Nice move. Very high on the RSI. Not at the overbought zone, but at an area that you can resist from, right? You have done this before, in fact. Let's just see. When did you do this last time? Not comparable. Okay, but just comparable in the readings there. That's fine. If we look at this from a high to a low here, you are at the 382. Hey, nice area to find some resistance, right? It's very common with the 382 to wick a little bit above it and then close below, which is exactly what you did. Now, the expectation would be you're at $3.48. Now, TonCoin, you have a drop to go. If you're looking to get into TonCoin, this is not the price to do it, my friends, but likely something at around $3 to $3.07 would be a prime buying opportunity. We're at $3.48 now, so do expect a drop that's about 11% or more to be happening. Maybe today, maybe over the coming days, but until you go down to this area where you found support on February 3rd, right here, that scariff Monday where we thought the tariffs are coming into play, and then really they got pushed back a month and they came in anyways. You'll find support at this area. It's very common to go from your 382 to your 236 and then to your golden ratio. Yes, we have higher targets to go after this. I'm not talking about it to the downside only. It is going to go up as well. If we look at the 4-hour time frame, I want to look at the RSI real quick here. Pretty overbought. Yeah, you basically hit a 90. You were just shy of a 90. That's pretty overbought, you guys. You don't get up there. Don't really get up there too often, and when you do, it seems that you do like to find resistance here, right? Found resistance here once, twice, 3 times, 4 times, a little bit above it there. Sure, you could go a little bit higher. Sure, you could, and maybe you do. Maybe you go to, like, you're at 348 now. Maybe you could go to 382 first. I don't really know if I expect that. Let's look at the 1-hour time frame. I mean, yeah, you could. Your 1 hour looks fierce, guys. It looks pretty damn fierce. I'm not going to lie. You are in a nice uptrend here. Higher lows, higher highs. You're in a nice uptrend. You could break through this and see some downside action for sure. And if that happens, I think that'd be a very telling signal that if you broke through this to the downside, that you probably don't go any higher, at least momentarily, right? You're on the 1 hour time frame. It's very insignificant, but it can still help guide us in the short term, right? That's why it's there. 4-hour time frame also suggestive that you find resistance here, and then of course the 382 very suggestive you find resistance here. If we just look at the price, you're also at prior areas where you found support. Finding resistance there now, pretty common. Prior areas of support, finding resistance there now, pretty common. So going back, I stand by it. I think I'm going to look like a damn wizard with this thing, because what's going to happen is you're going to go from the 382 to the 236 and up to your golden ratio. Mark my words, it's going to happen exactly like that. And then what you'll do probably is find resistance here at prior areas of support, going back here, right? Literally throughout this golden ratio range right there, it's perfect. And then from there, you'll probably pull back to the 0.5 or maybe even back to the 382 and then continue on your merry way. Okay, I would expect sometime by the end of the month of March, if not early April, you'll see prices above $4, maybe even above $5. Okay, $4.70 to $5.10 is the target area, and I don't think it stops there. I absolutely believe TonCoin will see new all-time highs when it's all said and done, but we'll get there. Okay, we'll get to that. A little bit of downside first, not below $3, but $3, maybe $3 to $3.07, something like that first, and then on our way up. If you liked this run, my assumption would be that the next run is going to be even bigger. Okay, and oftentimes it's how it is. I don't know if any of you guys out there know about Elliott wave theory. If you do, even at a very basic level, from what I understand about Elliott wave theory, is that it comes in waves, right? It very much comes in waves. You have like wave 1, wave 2 is correction, wave 3 is another impulse wave, wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, wave 4, and then wave 5. Waves 2 and wave 4 are corrective phases, okay? If this is the beginning of an impulsive wave count, it might be. Wave 1 is normally impulsive, just like this. Wave 2 is your consolidation phase, which it might be. You might even consolidate like this. Wave 3 is oftentimes the biggest wave. Oftentimes it is. And if wave 3 isn't the biggest, oftentimes it's wave 5 or wave 3, but wave 3 tends to be the biggest. Wave 1 is oftentimes not the biggest. So when I tell you that if this was fun, if you had a good time with today, or you're feeling the FOMO today, let me reassure you that this is not the time to FOMO, for one, and then also reassure your bullishness that you haven't seen anything yet. It's gonna do a lot better. It's got a lot more to grow. If we look at TonCoin here, Ton number 14. Oh wait, hold on now. Hold on. Yeah. Oh, look at that. It's trending too. Trending. It's up a lot. It's not the most up on this trending list, but hey, it is trending too. But we look at this thing, number 14 in market cap ranking. That's pretty high. $8.62 billion right now. $8.62 billion on a market cap scale. Volume's at about 8.5%. That's decent, right? That's decent. That's not bad at all. Fully diluted valuation would basically double your market cap right now. I don't know what the vesting schedule is. I don't know what the emissions rate is, when these new coins will come out, and how they do. Let's just see. Did I say TellCoin or TonCoin? I'm sorry. If I said TellCoin, I meant to say TonCoin, not TellCoin. If I keep saying TellCoin, I'm sorry. TellCoin, TonCoin. I'm talking about TonCoin. If I've been saying TellCoin this whole time, I'm sorry. Is there any tokenomics on here? No, that's okay. Whatever. I don't want to spend time on that. TonCoin has been around since 2021. Okay, the very end of 2021. So it saw the very ass end of the last bull cycle. Technically, you are in your second bull cycle, but I would still kind of think that this is your first bull cycle. Okay, even though yes and no, it's not. Kind of, right? It's very difficult, because oftentimes with coins that are in their first bull cycle, you don't see them reach market caps that are above $80 billion, or let alone above $100 billion. So it really does, being at 8.6 billion now, and with a fully diluted valuation that's basically double that, it really does limit the growth potential that I could see for this thing as far as all-time highs go. I do think it will see new all-time highs. I very much do think that's on the table. Let's go over those targets right now. I already have that fib on there. That's nice. Okay. Oh, that's not the fib that I was looking for, though. Let's do this from a high to a low there. Come on now. I can't delete that. I'm just going to delete the white line, because that white line's annoying me, man. High to low here. If you're at 8.6 billion now, 8.6, the most I could see you doing is probably a 10x by the end of this cycle, okay? 10x by the end of the cycle. That puts you around about $41. And you might not even see that. You could stop at $25 to $30. So I do expect this thing to do well in the short term. And in time, of course, I expect it to do well in the long term as well. But as far as its overall potential goes for the cycle, it's very limited. There's one thing that I'm certain of, is that I don't expect this to get above 100 billion by the end of the cycle. But let's say I'm wrong. Let's say I'm dead wrong and it gets to a $200 billion market cap. Well, you'd have to see a 10x just to get to an $86 billion market cap, which is already very unlikely. 10x. A 2x would then a 20x would then put you at $172 billion market cap, right? And then is that right? Yes, that's right. And then a 30x would put you at over $200 billion, right? Well over 200. You'd be like over 250 billion. And I have a hard time seeing that. But first off, I have a hard time seeing a 10x, let alone a 30x happen. But let's say we live in la land, and you can go to prices that are above whatever would give you a $200 billion market cap. Okay, that would mean that you have to hit the money zone, which, by the way, this is really hard to achieve. You don't see this all the time, these numbers tearing through your golden ratios. Most altcoins in the market, and I'm not making this to say that TonCoin's bearish or that it's not a good investment. I think it's a solid project, and I think it has a lot of room to grow, and it might have a very important role to play in this crypto space. I just don't think that it has an important role to play in bullish growth, bullish gains in your portfolio, in your finances. It's probably a safe bet, but it's not the best bet. That's all I'm trying to say. If you don't like that, that's okay. I'm not trying to insult you. I'm just speaking from the heart here, speaking real. It's possible that you could go to $117, $88, but I would think $100, if we are talking about la land, that'd probably be right in the heart of this. That'd be where you find resistance, right there, psychological resistance, about a 30x. And again, that'd put you over $200 billion. Could it happen? Sure. Most cryptos don't see a $100 billion market cap in their first bull cycle, but it's not its first bull cycle. Okay, fair. Maybe you could see over $100 billion on that note alone, but over 200, I think you're reaching, man. I think you're reaching. But even then, reaching for a 30x, that's kind of not that impressive. You should reach for coins that are reaching for hundreds of x's, or at least a 50x or something more, right? The average coin I expect by the end of the cycle, and we can actually do this here. If we look at this here, on a monthly basis. I expect the average coin this cycle to go all the way up to this 2272 here. And I'm not going to go over the whole analysis here. We're talking about TonCoin, but this is through other analysis that I've done throughout the, my 9 years of doing technical analysis now. Come on now. Come. Right here. I would expect that the average altcoin goes to the 2272, just above the 2272, probably to about $6 trillion. So that would mean the average altcoin sees a 26x, okay? This is what I expect of the average altcoin. I'm not reaching here. I'm not being pessimistic. I'm trying to be realistic. I expect the average altcoin to see a 26 or 27x from here. If that sounds crazy to you, that's fine. But if that sounds crazy, I don't know what you're talking about with a 30x for TonCoin, man. The average altcoin can do this, and it's not reaching. I feel like reaching would be if we went all the way up to a 50x, right? The average altcoin won't see that. There will be plenty that do, there will be plenty that don't. But if the average altcoin's doing a 26x and that's what the expectation is, TonCoin's expectation at an optimistic rate starts at a 10x, which would be at $35, right? And that's only a 10x. So I like this project. I think it's got growth to go in the short term. It might be great for a short-term trade, but as far as a long-term process goes, the only real interest that I would have in this is that it's a safe bet. Not every coin will see a 26x. It's just the average coin that maintains relevance. There will be plenty of coins that drop from here on out through the rest of the cycle. They become irrelevant. There's plenty of coins that won't see this average performance. They'll underperform. But if the average performance is this, why would I want to invest in this thing, man? Not financial advice, not a financial advisor. If the average coin is this, and this thing's fully diluted valuation is twice what it is now, this thing is already inflated, right? And it is possible it could see a $100 billion market cap in its first cycle, but the only coins that have done that are XRP and Ethereum, right? I don't know if this is the next XRP. I don't know if it's the next Ethereum. Maybe it is. And if it is, maybe it goes above 100 billion. And at which case, maybe, all these key maybe words, maybe you see a $43 price or something like that, just above the 2272. But I have a really hard time seeing you do anything around $100 or above, really above $35, man. But I'm just being real. I'm just telling you guys what I think. I've got nothing else to say. It's never fun to talk, like, I'm not even talking smack, but it's never fun for me to feel like I am talking smack about a coin. I like the project, I do. I just don't think it has a whole lot of potential left in it this cycle. Maybe next cycle it'll have a whole lot of potential, but we'll see how it goes. Anyways, hit the like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. I'll see you on the next one. Take care. Camera cut out. Bye-bye.